Hey guys, a cool idea I thought about is to have these 3D printed decals. Let's see if you can see it. It's just like a car decal, but it's in 3D. That's it. Oops. And it has these chamfers on the side to give that 3D look, so that everyone knows that it's 3D and not just a sticker. And I spent a lot of time looking up popular decals and you know, popular dog decals and different kind of decals, and like nothing really came up. So I had a pretty hard time finding decals, but I just kind of went with what I thought would be good. I wanted to make a skull and crossbones, but I didn't have time for that because that would be cool, because I know people like skulls. So like a 3D skull kind of sticking out of your car with some crossbones, I feel like would be pretty cool. These are all human generated images because for the video I wanted to, you know, not just use AI for everything, except for this one. This one's AI because as I was scrolling through the websites, which were horrible by the way, I had to use the internet Google search, close all the pop-ups, refuse to sign in, figure out the right websites, scroll through ones, and they all sucked. And after about an hour of looking for good ones, I just noticed there was a filter for non-AI generated images, and I realized that they were all AI generated anyway, so I might as well just do it myself. So yeah, but these are all non-AI generated images except for the wolf again. And yeah, here we have mountains and a Navy ship, and you could really do these yourself in any way you want. Make it personalized. But the idea is that, yeah, they are 3D so that, you know, when people drive past you, they see that it's actually sticking out based off of the light. All I did was chamfer the sides. So the way I made these actually took a lot of time, but it was actually pretty simple. Basically, you just import a picture like these, and then you can't extrude it, and you can't use a DXF and just extrude it, and you can't use an SVG and extrude it. You have to just trace physically over the picture. And the reason is because you need to have straight lines, and you don't get that with the DXF. And once you have the straight lines, then you chamfer all of them. By the way, these are about 5 millimeters tall. After you trace it and then you extrude it, then you just kind of add these chamfers, and some of them are different heights, some of them are different lengths. They're all kind of random, and you just kind of like gotta go through all of them and do all of them, because if you make them all the same length, then sometimes it just doesn't work. And because some of them are too thick and they go into the whole thing. So as you can see, I did many different chamfers for this horse, because you want as big of a chamfer as you can, but sometimes if you do too big, then it kind of like cuts across the whole horse, or it doesn't work at all. So you just kind of do as much as you could, and then once it won't work anymore, then you start a new one and do shorter ones, and you try to make them as chamfered as you can while still letting it work. Very simple, very easy, but very tedious and takes a long time. As you can see with this Navy ship, I didn't even bother chamfering the top parts because it just wouldn't work, and there's way too many of them. And each time you try chamfering it, it like cuts through the whole thing. So I only chamfered the bottom and the hulls. Another trick you can do is, instead of extruding it 5 millimeters and then trying to chamfer it 5 millimeters, you could extrude it 1 millimeter and then chamfer it 1 millimeter, which works much better for specific sides, and then just raise the whole thing so that it's full 5 millimeters just by changing the size of it, only in the Z height. This one took a lot of time. The more you do it, the better you get at it. And there's no simple, straightforward process, but it's easy to do, and you just gotta spend the time doing it. And it looks totally sick. So here was my cool idea. Make your own 3D printed decals. This one you could paint. Thank you everyone for watching, and have a great day and enjoy your 3D printed decals. And there's also a mountain one, and these 3D printed decals are all for sale physically on my website, makeeverythinganalog.com. Files are also available for free for commercial use, so you could sell these too if you want. Thank you everyone for watching, and have fun 3D decaling your car.